Welcome to Dateline Polk, with news about your county government. I'm your host, Joshua Wilson, and today you'll learn about county commission actions from the September 19th board meeting. Hurricane Irma recovery efforts are in full force throughout Polk County. This was the first meeting since the storm swept through the county, damaging many structures and leaving a widespread path of debris. On Tuesday, the board approved several measures to help the debris clean up along, which included passing a resolution to collect debris from private roads and gated subdivisions in the interest of the public safety. And the North Central Landfill's disposal fees for residential vegetative debris will also be waived for 30 days.
Hurricane Irma debris, especially vegetation, is currently being collected by the contractor. We encourage the residents to place all the hurricane debris at the curb so that it can promptly be picked up. Residential routine yard waste needs to be containerized either in bags or containers weighing less than 50 pounds each.
This final meeting before the end of the 2016-2017 fiscal year also was a time to approve several new contracts and renew other long-standing community partnerships. The board approved an alignment alternative for the Lake Wilson Road widening project. The project will provide some widening on the road near the Ronald Reagan Parkway intersection, a shifting of alignment to the west-north of Robbins Rest and Rainbow Chase RV Resort, the acquisition of right-of-way on both sides of the road, and a 38-foot alignment will be widened from the north end of Victoria Park Apartments to Osceola Polk Line Road.
We brought before the board today was the alignment study that was done for Lake Wilson Road up in the northeast part of the county. Lake Wilson Road runs between Ronald Reagan Parkway and the Osceola Polk County line. Currently, it is a failing roadway based on volume of traffic utilizing it. And so we are looking to widen the road, but we have to bring the alignment to the board for their approval before we move forward with design. And that's what we did today. And hopefully sometime in the near future, we will have a widened Lake Wilson Road that will be able to handle the amount of traffic that's currently utilizing it.
The board approved the hiring of Chastain Skillman to provide professional engineering services for the West Daughtry Road water main upgrade. In its contract, the company will provide design, permitting, bid, and construction services at a fee not to exceed $141,693.50. The board also approved consultant services with Reese Engineering to provide professional engineering services on the Ernie Caldwell Reclaimed Water Main Improvements Phase 1 project. The company will provide engineering design, permitting, bid, and construction phase services at a cost not to exceed $311,430. The board also approved its public entity and cyber risk network security liability annual insurance policy renewals with Brit Global Specialty USA for $620,891. The policy covers slips, trips, falls, employees' benefits liability, law enforcement liability, public officials liability, and employment practices for its public entity coverage. For the cyber risk coverage, it covers media content, security and privacy, network interruption, and cyber extortion. The board also approved the renewal of several contracts with organizations that provide vital services to some of Polk's residents. The following items are renewal agreements with community partners to provide health care to eligible low-income residents of Polk. The primary care, dental care, and behavioral health care programs cost is about $8.7 million, and the low-income pool program with hospitals is expected to cost about $16 million. The funds for the programs come from the half-cent indigent healthcare sales tax, which was extended by local voters in the last general election. Those contracts approved by the board Tuesday include the First Amendment to a contract with the Haley Center Volunteer Clinic, which would increase funding by $110,428 for primary care, specialty care, diagnostic, and pharmacy services. The Florida Department of Health in Polk County to provide primary care services, Peace River Center for personal development for primary care services, Lakeland Regional Health for primary care services, Central Florida Health Care for primary care and dental services, the Florida Department of Health in Polk County and the Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine for dental services, Winter Haven Hospital Center for Behavioral Health services, letters of agreement from the State of Florida Agency for Healthcare Administration for Winter Haven Hospital and Lakeland Regional Medical Center's request for matching funds, which is not to exceed about $16 million. This assists hospitals to care for uninsured low-income patients. A letter of agreement from the State of Florida Agency for Healthcare Administration for Central Florida Healthcare Frostproof request matching funds, which is not to exceed about $416,000. The board approved its holiday and meeting schedule for the coming year. In other news, the board also made several appointments to the lay boards that serve Polk, which include Lance Anastasio was reappointed to serve as the hospital executive member of the Citizens Healthcare Oversight Committee for a 4-year term which expires in September 2021. Terry Saunders was reappointed to serve as the Children's Interest member of the Citizens Healthcare Oversight Committee for a 4-year term which expires in September 2021. Judy Cleaves was appointed to serve as a member, seat 5, of the Polk County Historical Commission for the 3-year term which ends in September 2020. Stacy Campbell Dominic was reappointed as the Workforce Skilled Labor member of the Citizens Healthcare Oversight Committee for a 4-year term which expires in September 2021. Danny Warren Jr. was appointed to serve as the Business Community member of the Citizens Healthcare Oversight Committee for the remainder of a term which expires in February 2021. Ruth Ann Witter Malloy was reappointed to serve as a member, seat 6, of the Polk County Historical Commission for a 3-year term which expires in September 2020. Dr. Peter Verrill was appointed as a member of the Citizens Healthcare Oversight Committee for a 4-year term which expires in September 2021. Kelly Andrews was reappointed as a member of the Citizens Healthcare Oversight Committee for a 4-year term which expires in September 2021. And Debbie Zimmerman was reappointed to serve as the school board representative member of the Citizens Healthcare Oversight Committee for a 4-year term which expires in September 2021. In public hearings, during the afternoon session, the board held several public hearings on a variety of items. Those items up for consideration included: the Clubhouse Road Corridor Lighting Municipal Service Benefit Unit was not approved by the board Tuesday. This MSBU would have provided lighting along a specific area along Clubhouse Road in South Lakeland through a fee levied on the homeowners in the area. The board heard the first reading but took no action on an applicant-initiated ordinance to amend Chapter 3, Section 303 of the Land Development Code regarding the timing in which commercial portions of a residentially based mixed-use development may be constructed. A second hearing to consider the adoption will be held on October 3rd. Boat sales were approved as a Land Development Code text amendment for the Water Ski School in the State Road 559 Selected Area Plan. The board heard the first reading of an ordinance that would remove soil manufacturing as an exemption in the Polk County Solid Waste Management Facility Siting and Operation Ordinance. No action was taken on the item at this time. An ordinance granting an ad valorem tax exemption to Geico for an expansion of the company's facility in Lakeland was approved by the board Tuesday. Geico plans to build a 50,000 square foot facility in South Lakeland and create 500 new jobs. As part of the expansion, Geico also qualifies for the Polk County Qualified Industry and Polk County Business Incentive Funds, which total about $369,000 over a 5-year period after the company meets its targets. This project also qualifies for Economic Development Impact Fee Mitigation, which totals about $120,350. Well, that wraps up this edition of Dateline Polk. To keep current with programs and progress in the county, visit us online at polk-county.net or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We encourage you to join us at the next scheduled board meeting at 9 a.m. Tuesday, October 3rd. I'm Joshua Wilson. Thanks for watching.